Have you noticed your balance isn't quite what it used to be? Let's work on that together. We're grabbing a stable support. We're pulling our knee up and holding it for about 3 seconds and letting it down with control. We're doing this gently and smoothly. Try not to let our feet plop. If you can only pull your knee up to here, that is absolutely okay. We're just trying to do a little bit better than before. Sometimes at first it's just best to activate the muscles and allow them to develop back to what they used to be on their own. Good. Just bracing my core. Try not to go too fast. And I'm also trying not to lean all the way over. Stay in an upright position. Gently hold my knee. Good. Good. Okay, so now we're going to get somewhere to sit. I got my trusty buckets. Standing up really does start here, you know. Let's practice standing up. I'm only going to hold the counter for support. My knees are going to be shoulder width apart. I'm going to push my knees out, tuck us up. And then I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. Good. So we're going to do a 3 count on the sit down. 1, 2, 3. Good. Brace my core. Push my knees down. 1, 2, 3. Good. Up. Knees out, butt back. 2, 3. Good. We're going to do 2 more. Up. Knees out, butt back. 2, 3. Last one. Up. Knees out, butt back. 2, 3. Okay, good. Okay, so let's work on building leg strength back without having to do craziness. We're going to pull our knee up, push our foot down and around, and hold for a brief second. Maybe you can't get your knee all the way up, so let's just hold it up and extend out. I really want you to try to flex your quadricep as much as you can. And feels real great. Nice and smooth. Think about your foot being on the end of a windshield wiper, and it's trying to go around that curvature on the way up and then also on the way down. Good. Nice and smooth. Up. And last one. Down. Good. Okay, so we're going to get our bearings, knees about shoulder width apart, and we're going to stand all the way up, okay? I'm going to scooch my buckets out of the way. So we're going to get ourselves a tennis ball here. This is madness, so if you need to take your time with it, it's okay. Make sure we have proper footing on. I'm going to take this tennis ball here and squeeze it between my ankles, heels, and then I'm going to do some gentle calf raises. Maybe you can't get all the way up at first, that's okay. This is really good for building foot strength and arch support back into your feet. Be gentle to it, don't twist or turn your ankle too hard. You don't need to squeeze it overly aggressive for this to work at first. You know, this is pretty challenging. Maybe don't go all the way up again, you know, and we're just trying to not plop around or squeeze too tight or fall forward. Good. One more. Boom. Okay. I'm going to grab the tennis ball, set it in a safe place, and now let's work on being decisive with our toes. I'm going to hold the counter, and I'm just going to tap my toes to the front, to the side, and to the back. I'm thinking about touching my toes on broken glass, so I don't want to jam it down or let it bop down. I just very gently want to touch it. I don't want to flop, and I'm trying to pull up my knee, practice on balancing on one leg, and this is really helpful for walking and navigating terrain. Good. Good. Okay, I'm going to switch to the other side. Boop. There we go. I like to make the little boop sound. Boop. Nice and smooth. Not trying to go too fast. Not trying to allow my foot to plop down. I do want to feel the muscles I'm working. That's kind of one of the points. They feel good when they work. You feel stronger. You feel more stable, more secure, more confident. Good. Tap, tap, taparoo. Good, good, good. And return. Okay, let's keep on working on walking here. Okay, so I'm gonna stand and I'm gonna do a heel to toe walk with a pause. So we're gonna pause at every step and we're gonna go gently through this. I do want you to go about 5 to 10 steps forward, and then we're gonna take and go 5 to steps in return. I don't know when I'm gonna get cut out of camera, so I'm gonna stop right about there. Probably not gonna go that far again. Good. Make sure to stop before you go. Try not to go too fast doing this. This is meant to be kind of a slow exercise, meaning that we want to be more decisive with our hips and our feet than anything. Good. One more. Really enjoy this exercise. Good. And then I'm just going to return. I don't want to get cut off. Boom. Okay. Okay, hopefully the second time goes better for me. Okay, so let's work on picking some stuff off of the ground again. I'm going to grab this tennis ball here in my hand while I do this. I'm going to have my hand on my counter, brace my core, feet about shoulder width apart, push the tuchus back and let them separate the cheekers. And then I'm going to push the tennis ball down and pretend like I'm grabbing something, but the tennis ball is in my hand. So it's going to help me be aware of my hand as I do this. Good. Nice and gentle. Just trying to push my butt back so it touches the cabinets. And then I'm pushing the energy down through my feet, through my tuchus forward. Good. Nice and smooth. Nothing too crazy. Boom. Boom, boom. And bam. Great. Okay. So now we're going back to the single. We're going to work on balancing on one leg, and we're just going up, holding for 3 seconds and letting down. I'm trying not to go too fast during this. I'm being gentle and I'm being very decisive with my knees and with my feet. I don't want them to drop or plop down. I'm bracing my core. Again, I'm only bringing my knees up that high. If that's where you go, that's okay. Maybe they're up a little bit higher. That's okay too. Maybe you have to start right here, or maybe you have to start sat down at first. That is also okay. Good. Just trying to get better. Good. Very good. Beep. Very good. We should feel our hips and core and stuff and such and such. I'm going to get my trusty buckets back in here. So let's practice standing up again. You know, this is ridiculously important. A lot of people I talk to, they plop down, and that could be a real danger zone. So we're standing up. I'm holding my hand on the counter, pushing my tuchus back. 2, 3, gently. Nice and smooth. Going up, and then going 1, 2, 3. Good. Nice and smooth. My core is braced during this. Pushing my knees out, tuchus backwards, and just sitting gently down. Maybe it's not a perfect 3 seconds. That's okay. It's just an example of what you could do to slow going down will help to strengthen you all around. Good. And we're going to do, I don't know, we'll do one more after this, okay? Nice and smooth. Good. Last one, we're going to stand up. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Great job. Okay. So let's work on the front part of our thighs here. I'm going to hold my hand on the counter. I'm going to pull my knee up. I'm really going to think about my foot being on the end of a windshield wiper as I let it go down. Pull up, extend my foot out, back down that windshield wiper. This is great for knees and strengthening your quadricep to help us walk and to be more balanced. Nice and smooth. Good. real gentle. Can really feel it in my thighs and in my hips today. This is what we want if we want better balance. Nice and smooth. Good. One more on left ski. Boop. And boom. Okay, so we're going to get our bearings here. I'm going to hold my hand on the counter and then we're going to stand up. Good. Good. Okay, so then we're going to get our trusty tennis ball in here. Again, I'm going to squeeze it between my heels. Again, don't squeeze too tight. You know, it doesn't have to be aggressive, but we don't want it to fall out. But we don't want to hurt ourselves by over squeezing. So we're just trying to hold it and create that arch. Nice and smooth. Very good. Maybe you just need to start with a little bit of a higher or lower level. That's okay. Doing this is pretty dang challenging. I will tell you that. Good. Nice and smooth. Very good. Woo. Very good. This is really challenging. I'm going to stop that madness right there. I'm going to get this tennis ball out of the way. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we're working on the decisiveness with our toes. I'm going to start with my right foot this time and very gently tap around the clock or to the front, to the side, to the back. We're just being decisive again, pretending like there's little sharks that are going to bite our toesies if we touch them. So we just don't want to. We don't want to push our foot down, and we want to try to balance on this foot and move this hip independently. Good. Boom. I'm going to tap my other foot now. Heck yeah. Boom. Tap-a-roo. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo. Just tap into the front, tap into the side, tap into the back. Very gently. Broken glass. Don't want to cut my toes. Just got a manicure or pedicure. Don't know which one is which. Got one though. I did not. Bam. Okay. Back to the perp walk, my favorite. You know, so we're going to stand here. I'm going to go heel to toe and I'm going to brace and stop. Brace and stop. Very good. Nice and smooth. Probably not going to go that far. If you can go about 10 places, 10 steps, and then back up 10 steps, that would be most excellent. So we're just bracing. Good. Stop. 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 Good. We're doing a great job. Boom. 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 And we'll return. Boom. 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 Okay. So now we're going to get our old trusty tennis ball in here. I'm going to hold my counter again. We're thinking about touching the old tuchus on the counter behind us. And we're just going down. Kind of reaching. Not really grabbing because I already have a tennis ball. I just want to have that sensory awareness when we are grabbing stuff. I'm not even squeezing the tennis ball. I'm just kind of letting it move around. Really letting the cheekers separate. Pushing my feet down and knees down to stand back up. Holding the counter. Bracing my core. I do like the tennis ball because it gives me sensory awareness of actually trying to almost maybe kind of picking something up. You know? Boom. There we go. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.